Only thing I would like to have a quick review is the difference between function and method I have discussed. Okay, because we're done with functions, we're going to start methods now. So I hope it should be very clear that functions are the concept of procedural programming and functional programming. Methods are the concept of object-oriented programming, first of all. The second thing you should know about function is the way you define it's okay. That way you define a function is an independent code, okay, and methods are present inside the class. The only point what you need to know for at least for some sessions will be functions we can be called directly. Functions will get called directly, but methods has to be called with the object. If I tell that it's a method, then you make sure that you call with an object. And if I tells you that it's a function, then you can call it directly. Okay, like int is a function, print is a function, input is a function, range is a function. Okay, so these are all functions, and we did from string related functions also we have discussed. Like we discussed str function, we discussed length function, we discussed yeah, just we discussed sorted function, we discussed char function, ord function, right? And we seen a couple of examples on that so that you can understand the use of these functions actually. Now we're going to start methods, but before I start methods, I would like to start with a basic exam exercise here. Let's see what is this lab is talking about. The lab says that you have to write a program to accept some input from user, let's say hello world in lower cases, and you have to print first 5 characters of a given string in uppercase. So if it is hello world or anything, the first 5 letters you have to print uppercase and remaining you have to print lowercase. I hope the question is clear. You have to accept a string from user, let's say hello world, then you have to print first 5 characters of a given string in uppercase and remaining you have to print in lowercase. Okay, let's see who will complete first, so that we'll start the topic. Yeah, anybody completed? It's just one line. Yeah, thank you. Good, Aditi. Okay, Satyam has sent us the code. Looking good, Satyam. Okay. Yeah, Ubul is done. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So let's go and let's implement this. Okay. Let's go and implement now. So here, you know, which method I have to use here? Which method I have to use here? Anybody? Which method I have to use for this program? Upper method. Very good. Okay, it's a method first of all. We haven't discussed, but at least we all know that there is a method called upper. Okay, where I have to make first five characters into uppercase, right? Okay, I'll accept the string from user. Let's say s is equal to input. S is equal to input. I'll say enter string. Enter string. Okay, that I have accepted. Now I just want to print it, guys. How can I print first five letters into uppercase? Any hint? Like how can I print? I can store and print. It's just asking us to print it, so that way I can go for it. So I can see most of you thinking that I can go for a loop here, and no, it will not work because you cannot subtract 32 here unless and until you do not convert into ORDSK. Directly you cannot subtract 32 because string does not represent ASCII characters directly. Like in C and Java, especially C, they do represent ASCII character. So subtracting 32 from a character, it's perfectly okay. But in Python, it will not work. Yes, but don't need for looping. Obul is 100% correct. I can use slicing, guys. What happened? You forgot with slicing? I can extract first five characters and I can do slicing. I can convert into uppercase. So I'll say from beginning you go to sixth character so that it will not include that. I'll say that convert into uppercase, okay, convert into uppercase, and from that fifth character till the end you print as it is. That's all, guys, just one line of code. Okay, I'm saying whatever, this is my string object, it will get me a string object. Now to that string object I'm calling upper. That's what I told you, a method has to be called with on the object. So I got some string object which is hello, because it will go from beginning, because we know that when we miss the starting one, it will go from the beginning, and 6 months it will not be included. So I should write 5, sorry, because it's will be index 5. Okay, index 5, and then I'll say that from index 5, okay, you go till the end so that it will get printed. Now let's enter the code and check that whether it is making first characters into uppercase. So I will enter hello world, and you can see that hello is getting in uppercase and remaining world in a lowercase. That's what our actually the expected output, and here we go in one line. No need of any for loop, guys. If I wanted to extract a few characters, I can directly go with slicing. You can do with looping. I'm not saying it's not possible, okay, but that is not, like, you don't have to do that actually, because slicing makes your life easy. Is that clear for everyone? Okay, thank you, Ubul. Thank you, Satyam. Thank you. Okay, so first thing, let us go here and talk about the next concept here. So we're going to talk about, okay, methods. Okay, so we're going to talk about methods from string class. Okay, so we started with functions. Okay, now let's talk about built-in string methods. Built-in string methods. Okay, so let's talk about what are the different methods we have. Okay, the exercise was just to introduce the methods. I hope you got clarity like what exactly mean by method. But anyhow, let's have some examples so that you can understand what are the methods we have now. Okay, so as you just learned, I'll not follow any order, but I'll show you with examples here now. Okay, so just we have learned one of the method called upper method. Okay, upper method. So what it will do, it will simply convert into uppercase. Okay, it will convert the letters into uppercase. It will simply convert letters into uppercase. Example. Okay, example. If you have a string s is equal to hello, if you have a string s is equal to hello, then if you say s dot upper, s dot upper, okay, it will simply returns you the string in the uppercase. It will simply returns you the string in uppercase, all of them. Okay, HELLO. That's a very simple thing. That, but you noticed here that I'm calling with an object now, s dot upper. I'm not calling upper directly because it's not a function. It's a method from the string class. So you have to call upper on some string. In previous example, I extracted the string, so it also a string object. So I can also call hello dot upper, any string. What you create is an object in Python, as you all know. So I'm saying this time s dot upper, it will convert into uppercase. It will convert into uppercase. One more important point to be remembered. No, Satyam. It does not take any argument actually. Okay, it does not take any argument. So yes, no, it's not like that. Method also takes parameters, Satyam. Method also takes parameters, but it uppercase does not take parameter actually. Okay, and simply I'm calling the object dot method. It knows what is the content of the object, and it will apply that to the object. It will apply to that object. Okay, thank you for your question, but it's very important. Why function take those as a parameter? Because function cannot act on object, so he needs that object actually. So it's a minor way you need to go with function, how why they take argument and methods can act on that object. So that's what another difference between a function and a method. Because function cannot act on that object, so it has to be passed as a parameter. The object has to be passed as a parameter, like length function. It's a function. I cannot say s dot length because it's a common function for all the way. So you need to call function and pass the parameters to it. Okay, so that way. Another important thing you need to understand about function methods is little be careful. Okay, for example, I enter a string, let's say hello. In this case, I say s dot upper, s dot upper, okay, and I will print that string. I will print that string. Suppose my input is hello. What output you will be expecting? A very important concept. So please answer carefully that what will be the output of this code if I enter this string as small hello. Vamshi, I enter the string as small hello. I entered the string as small hello. What do you think the output of this code? Nitin, Krishna, is it typing mistake? Snehal says hello. Oh, very good, very good. So why do you think, guys? Very good. I can see a lot of correct answers. So I should ask now, like what? Why do you think hello in lowercase? Why do you think hello in lowercase? That's the correct answer, guys. It will not print hello in capital letter. Yeah, but why? Because it returns a copy. Oh, very good, Nitin. Very good. So Nitin has got because it is immutable, guys. String is immutable. Let me explain this diagrammatically. Okay, let me explain this diagrammatically. What is happening? It's very important. Okay, many times we get this kind of problem when using these methods and all. So please be careful, guys. Okay, that's why I thought let's discuss about that let's have a revision of immutability so that I can apply with methods as well. You know what happens when I say s is equal to hello? You know that an object gets created called hello, an object gets created called hello, okay, and it is referred by s. It is referred by s now. Okay, s is equal to hello. So we all know that an object gets created at some address and it is referred by s. Now second line I am doing s dot upper. Does another object gets created, guys? Does another object gets created at this line? Does another object gets created at this line, or will it change the same object to uppercase? That's true, guys. But will it change the same object to uppercase, or another object gets created? That's what my question. Very good, very good. A new object gets created, right? Because it cannot be changed, the same object, as we all know. That string is immutable. So that's why another object gets created with capital hello. No doubt it's getting created, but this S is still referring to small hello. Agree? This is S is still referring to small hello only. Nobody is pointing to capital hello, because S dot upper will return you and string with capital hello. It will return you string with capital hello, no doubt, and the object is getting created, but is nobody is there to store it. I can store it in some other reference or in the same reference, whatever you want. If I store back in the same reference S, then what happens? S is no more pointing to this. S will be pointing to here. Okay, S will be pointing to here. Okay, understood everyone? Yes. Oh, well, that's true that another object is getting created. So it's important that you assign them so that S reference will also get changed and it points to capital hello. If you wish like it should be printed to capital hello, you should assign them. Okay. Now let's get back here and let's see what is the output of this code. Okay, so it's print, I will enter hello and it's printing hello only, no capital. Okay, why it's not printing capital even though I'm making uppercase? That's what we think, that once we apply this method uppercase, the string will get changed, because we forget that string is immutable. We forget that string is immutable, so object cannot be changed, so it simply returns you. Now what is an output, guys? If I just take this thing and write it here, now what is an output? Okay, very good. So now it's capital, and then next line, small. Still, it's not getting changed, it means. Agree? As I'm wrote in print statement, so it's converting it, returning me capital hello. Yeah, it's returning me capital hello, but still it remains small hello only. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you. So sometimes writing in the print statement and getting capital hello doesn't mean that the object is getting changed, guys. That's what I wanted to show you. That doesn't mean that object gets changed. So if I enter hello, no doubt it will print capital hello, but it will still remain small hello only. So just it has been printed. So it proves that the method is returning capital hello, no doubt. It's returning capital hello because it's making capital hello and returning it, but as it is not getting stored, so S is still referring to small hello. Okay, so this basic knowledge is required. So good to see all of you that you are perfectly correct. Now what I can do is I can say S is equal to S dot upper. S is equal to S dot upper. So in this case, the S will be returning to the uppercase letters now. So that way it will print. So do not forget to assign if you wanted that to be changed. Okay, if you want that to be changed, do not forget to assign. Please make a note of all these things. It's very important for all the methods. It is applicable for all the methods what we are learning in strings. So please always do remember that string is immutable. It cannot be changed. Okay, so trying to perform some methods on that doesn't mean that the same string gets changed. It will just create another string. Okay, it just create another string, uh, and then if you assign, then only it will be reflected. If you don't assign, the output will not be printed as you expecting. Okay with this, everyone? Yeah, thank you for confirming. Let's go with the next thing. So it's important that you need to assign them. Okay, every time. Don't expect that if you don't assign, still it gets printed. So let's go with my second method now. Okay, there are a number of methods. I think I should not go for Roman numbers. I'll go for numbers here. Okay, so let's talk about it. Actually, I'm talking about the first category here. In the first category, actually, I'm discussing few methods now. Let me divide this method into categorization. That will be easy for memorizing. Okay. Otherwise, we have number of methods in the string class, as you have already seen. It is quite difficult to know which method to be used what. So I'm dealing with some cases actually, converting from lowercase, uppercase, and all. Now you see, we do have a method called lower. Like we have an upper method, we have a lower method as well. Okay, what it simply does is it simply converts the capital letter to small letters. Opposite, right? Suppose you have hello, okay, with capital letter, and remember, if they are already small hello and you apply lower, it will not give error, guys. It simply returns the same string. First it will check are they in lowercase or not. If it is there, it will not convert into uppercase. Okay, that way. So when I say s dot lower, simply it returns me the lowercase version of hello. Simply it returns me lowercase version of hello now. Okay, so very commonly used methods like upper and lower. Very commonly used methods in upper and lower. Okay, sometime as you seen that can you make only first letter capital, guys, instead of the whole string? I just wanted to make first letter capital of hello. Suppose I enter hello, I wanted to make only first letter of that hello capital, remaining as it is. How can I do that? Very good. I not needed slicing, Nitin. Here I can use index. I can use index. I can say s of 0, you make it upper. S of 0, you make it upper. Okay, very good. Not then I can use slicing. Very good. Then I can use slicing from 1 to till the end, you print as it is. Not 0 to end oval. Otherwise 0 will be included again. Understood? Okay, 0 will be included again. So this way I can make the first letter capital. Okay, first letter capital. It can be a requirement, right? So if I say hello, I'll get only the first letter capital. Sometimes in the real-time program, you wanted to make like you enter your name. Okay, we don't know how you enter your name in the form. But while printing, I wanted to print your first letter capital. Then I can make use of this particular way. But do not worry about this kind of thing. We do have a method available for that as well. We do have a method available to do directly. Just you remember the method. No doubt slicing is easy, but still not required because we do have a method, and the name of the method is capitalize. The name of the method is capitalize. Okay, capitalize. This method capitalize, okay, actually convert the first letter to be capital. It will convert first letter to be capital. Example, if I have s is equal to hello world, if I have s is equal to hello world, can you tell me what will be the output if I say s dot capitalize? Can you guess what is an output of s? Both h and w will be converted, guys. Only h will be converted with it. Both h and w will be converted as there are two words. Okay, okay. So you think that h and w will be converted, but Satyam thinks only h, and Diljit sings only h. I hope all these answers are without executing, because yeah, that's good. It only converts the first letter, guys, not h and w. Okay, not h and w, not h and w. Got the point? Okay, because capitalize will only make the first letter capital, guys. If you contain any number of words, that's the meaning of capitalizing. Not every word does not make sense. So that's why that is not the requirement. It will make only the first letter capital, not remaining one. Okay, not remaining one. So let me close this screen and let's get here and show you what capitalize does. Okay, what capitalize does. So same thing, I can do capitalize. Okay, is the name of the method, and let's see when I enter hello world what it happens now, or hello Python, that will be good. Okay, so if I say hello Python, and you can see that p still remains same. P did not been converted to capital letter. Yes. What if the method camel case? Is there any method for that, like camel case in the sense with it? But the word changes, so capitalize should must come into action. No, it will not change. It will not change. Word will not change or Python will not change. Simply it will capitalize the first letter of the string. That's all, guys. The capitalize will simply capitalize the first. If we want second name also in capital case, yeah, then you have to do. That's what my question. How to do that? How to do that, guys? I want second method also capital. Length function. Actually, it is one of the very interesting thing actually. Okay, but you need another method for that. Okay, okay. So good, Shikawat. But that's what our next question actually. How to make the second letter also capital? Like you enter the name, I want that for both the first and second letter capital. I'm just thinking, shall I talk about one of the very interesting function in method in Python called split method or not? Because I don't think it's a good time to introduce this. Okay, so remember, what split method do? Let me just show you. You think about the logic. Let's see who can think about the logic. If you split method, if you give hello world, no, it's not for multiple input. Split method, what it will do is it will split into list actually. This is the output of the split method. It splits the string into multiple values now. Now when it gets split into multiple values, can I pick this one and make the capital letter first letter capital? And can I pick this one and make the first letter capital? Will you try for this? I am going to teach this later, guys. Split method, I am going to teach it later because I think it's not a good time as we are discussing about all lower case, I mean case related things. I don't want to make it. Yes, very good. Very good. Can you try for this? I'm not going to show this, guys. Or if you want, I'll show, but don't worry about it. The only rule is if I teach any extra thing, uh, then you should not but it's understandable. That's true. Okay, try for it. If anybody gets, very good. But don't share the code because let's see others also try because this kind of questions are very, very important to deal with string related things. Anybody got it, guys? Yeah, very good. Looking good. Looking good. Instead of capitalize because you are getting okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, uh, that's what looking good. So let's go for it. So I got good string, good thing actually. Yeah, first split and then capitalize. Perfect. Okay, I can do like this. I can take a for loop for I in S. So get one element from it, and then I can print the word to make the first as capitalize. Okay, or upper, anything you wanted to use, and then you can say end is equal to a space. End is equal to a space because we know that it contains multiple words. Perfect. Okay, you enter any number of string, every first word will make capital. Now hello world Python. Now you see all the first O, capitalize, spelling. So we want to split. Okay, so hello world Python. Oh, that's what happening. So it's oh, sorry, I didn't split it. I can split here directly. Okay, I didn't split it. That's what I did a mistake. So now you see that I enter hello world Python. Yeah, thank you, Satyam. I didn't split and I was trying to all. That's why we're getting wrong. So you can see here now it's printing me hello world Python. Okay, so got our requirement, guys. Got our requirement. Yeah, thank you, Bull. But we did not learn split, guys. Don't worry. It's an easy method, but we didn't learn about it. We will learn in detail about the split method. But one thing it's very important because it uses to take the multiple input from user as well. That's what I'm going to show you that how to take multiple inputs from user using the split method is one of the very useful method, guys. Okay, one of the very useful method called split method. So we say for I in s dot split. Yeah, that's what Aditi. That's what our next question actually. It's a lab assignment question, right? So I hope if we do today, we will be learning it actually. Now it will become easy for you, Aditi. You can do it. You can do that with this concept. I think whatever the knowledge you have, we can do that. But I'm going to show you like we are having question and we are implementing it. But you know what? We already have methods for that, guys. You know, we have a method for making every first letter capital. We have a method for making every first letter capital. Okay, so can you guess what is the name of the method? Anyhow, all the way we are doing first with our way. Now let's learn about the method. So it means that you can do without method also, but then you will understand the importance of method because you can do in one go. No need to write the logic if you get such kind of things. That's why this method knowledge is important. That's why I wanted to teach you. Like we can do this way, some other way, but not necessary. If you know about methods, then you will not think about that. If they say that you don't have without method you have to do, then it will be helpful. That's why we are doing both the way. So the name of the method is title, guys. The name of the method is title. So what title will do is it will make every first letter capital. If I say example hello world, the title method will make if I say s dot title, it will return you every first letter capital. So hello will become capital and world will become capital. Hello will become capital and world will become capital. Okay, now if you just go back here and say print s dot title, no need for a for loop and all. Simply you say s dot title, it will convert every first letter to be capital. Capitalize will only make first word first letter capital, but title will make every first letter capital. Same output. If I just run this code, it will get the same output, every first letter capital, guys. You see, I did this with my logic, and I mean all of your logic. Then this is with the title method. Okay, getting same answer. So we do have methods for that. So we have methods like lower to convert into lowercase. We have method like upper to convert into uppercase. We have method like capitalize to convert into capital, and we have method like title to convert into all the first letter capital. So we do have methods for that. And last time, I hope you remember, we did one more method. We did one more method called swap case. We did one more method called swap case, which will convert lower to upper and upper to lower, which will convert lowercase letters to uppercase and uppercase letters to lowercase. For example, I have a string called hello and world. Hello and world. Now the output, if I say s dot swap case, what it will do is whichever are in uppercase, it will convert into lowercase. So it will be printed as hello, and the word will be in a capital letters. Very good, Aditi. Okay, so that way the swap case does actually. So these are the methods dealing with the cases actually. These are the methods which deals with the cases. So we have a method called swap case, which will convert the lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. Now let me enter a string here called hello and then world. Then you will notice that hello is converting into lowercase and world is getting into uppercase now. So automatically checks whether it is in lowercase or uppercase. Whether it is in lowercase or uppercase. Can you do this without using this method, guys? Can you do this exercise without using these methods? At least without using swap case method. Whichever capital you have to convert into lower, and whichever lower you have to convert into capital. Try. It will be interesting to try. Did anyone got it, guys? No. No, Shikawat. The split only will not help you in this case. The split only will not help you in this case. Because here, but slicing, that's what. Because here, one thing, everyone, you need to know whether they are in uppercase or lowercase. You need to take decision here. You need to also check whether they are in lowercase, then only you have to convert into uppercase. Getting my point? If it is uppercase, then only you have to convert into lowercase. So it's not direct way that you slice and then convert to lower or upper directly. How you will do that if statement, Shikawat? But how you will check whether it is lower or upper? No, you cannot do that. To string, you cannot apply all these things, guys. Very good, very good. So here it comes two more methods for you guys. We have a method called is upper, which will return true or false if it is uppercase, and the next one is called is lower. We do have methods called is upper and is lower. Okay, so example, if I say s is equal to hello, s is equal to hello, okay, hello, and I say s dot is upper, okay, is upper, then what will happen? It will simply returns you true if it is in uppercase. So we have these methods actually called is upper and is lower. Now when I say s is equal to hello, s is equal to hello, and when I say is lower, are they in lowercase? Yes, it will return true. Sometimes we need to check whether they are in lowercase and uppercase. So we do have these methods called is upper and is lower. Okay, understood everyone? Okay, thank you, Ubul. Thank you, Satyam. Thank you, Aditi. Yeah, thank you, Nitin. Okay, there are a few more methods available for this case-related thing. So as I'm dealing with case-related thing, today all the methods with the case-related thing. Tomorrow we'll discuss more methods from other topics. Okay, so as you know, this don't you think that these methods will be important? Still, we did not even started any most important methods from the string. Basic methods we are learning, very basic, like converting to lowercase, converting to uppercase, checking whether it is a lowercase, checking whether it is an uppercase, capitalizing the first one and capitalizing the other one. Okay, so you can check and you can convert. If it is lower, you can convert into upper. If it is upper, you can convert into lower. That's what. Now you can use if else method. Yeah, very good. Ubul has sent us the question thing. Then you are converting into upper, otherwise you're converting into lower. I'll share this one, okay, with everyone. Please go through with it. Thank you, Ubul, for your program. So I shared the same program as Ubul has sent us, that you can do split, and then you can use for I in S, and say for I is lower, then you convert into upper, otherwise into lower. If they ask, don't use swap case method. Otherwise, instead of writing this big logic, you can do swap case. Yeah, still it will do the same way, Udit. Still it will do the same way. Okay, sorry, Satyam. That it will convert all lower to upper and upper to lower. Yes, but our method will not work. That's what. That's what. No, no. Oh, yeah. That way split will not work actually. So you don't split them directly. You do them, guys. Yeah, take the word directly. They take words, so that's why it will not work. That's true, Satyam. I think Ubul, you have to think about it. We'll discuss when we start discussing functions, Ubul. No worry. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So don't use split. So don't split. Directly you can check whether if it is lower, convert into upper. If it is upper, convert into lower. Okay, if you want, I'll write the logic for that. Okay, I'll write the logic for that. Let's take the string as it is for I in S. Okay, take one by one. Check it. If I dot is lower, okay, if it is lower, then I will convert into upper. I'll convert into upper. I dot upper. I dot upper. And after that, end is equal to nothing. End is equal to nothing. Then I'll say if I dot is upper, small change to that. Yeah, in that case, split is not required. Very good. Okay, I'm not splitting it. Now I will say I dot, okay, lower. Okay, that's what we are doing in this case is understanding the logic, guys. Understanding the logic. Okay. Else if is required, or we need to take if, because it can be anything, guys. We should not take else if. Else if means if it is not correct. Okay, so not a problem. I'll say here. And one more thing, I will take one more if. I will take now if. Okay, if I is equal to space. I is equal to a space, then I will print as it is, because otherwise space will create a problem. Space will create a problem. I'll say end is equal to space. That's all, guys. Okay, that's all. Now you see it will work for any sort of string. I think I should close this so that I can show you fresh screen. Okay, it will work for anything. Now it says HELLO, then WORLD. So you see, whenever it's small, it's making capital, and whenever it's capital, it's making small. Got it, guys? So that's what few small changes I did it. So I think we can take else if here. Okay, Elif can be paired, so that's perfectly fine. No, no, Aditi, not this logic. Yes, definitely Vishwajit. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that possibly. Okay. So I hope it's clear now, guys. Okay, thank you. So this is all for today. So this is all for today. So we learn both the way, guys. Okay, that's important. That's why we spend time. Otherwise, we might have completed maximum methods from today. But we wanted to also see what if without method. Okay, how to convert. We already know how to convert upper and lower. Okay, and without methods, we know how to convert capitalize without method. We know how to convert title. We know how to use swap case. Okay, we know about is upper and is lower is required because it checks whether it is lowercase and uppercase. But still, without methods also you can do. You can make use of ORD function, and you can do that way as well. Okay, I'll get back, Kubul. Let me check. Is there any question? Kudal, which question you're talking about? Above question. Sorry, I didn't get you. True and false. True and false. I shown you already. Is upper will return true and is lower will also return true. That's why I'm using directly in if statement. So because if statement, if it is true, then go inside. If this is true, then go inside. If this is a space, then print space as it is. Okay, Kudal, is that clear? Okay, thank you. So let me check with all of you. Did you all understood these methods now? Are you confident and comfortable enough using these methods from the string class? That's what our thing is, because you need to decide which method to be used when. Okay, and very good to see that people all contributed with your logic, and I'm confident now like you can use these methods like very basic methods. But next methods little bit interesting because they are little complicated to understand, so I think that will be much more useful. Okay, so next session we'll talk about more methods in detail. Okay, and a lot of homeworks are waiting, like a lot of exercises are waiting. Aditi, I hope you can think about it. Most probably we will discuss that question as well because that included in our exercise here. So I think that will be good if we go on that point. So it maintains some suspense and all. But you can try, Aditi. Only split method is enough, Aditi. Split and upper method is enough with indexing. Yeah, it will be easy. Use index, split, and upper. This three logic is enough to make the first and last letter capital for every word. To make the first and last letter capital. Because if we can make first letter capital, I hope you can make the last letter also capital. Yeah, that's true. That's what I told you, that split is quite useful method. And that time also when you asked me, I told you that we can use it. Yes, Udit. Perfectly correct. Okay, so it will be easy, guys. Okay, so try for that. Tomorrow we'll see some more exercises, guys. Okay, some more exercises. Okay, anyhow, we will use this next exercises we will do tomorrow. Okay, thank you. So we'll take a leave now. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at 7. Yeah, have a nice day. Yeah, Ubul was asking one question, so I will answer. Ubul, first of all, the for loop is wrong. You need to store it in a variable, Ubul. I don't know why you are saying a of I minus 1. For a of I minus 1 in a, actually the code is not like you are storing in an array. A value are storing in the position of -1 last every time. So what is happening, Ubul? Let me explain this. What is happening here? Okay. Okay, I will explain here only. So what is happening here is, okay, you told me that your code looks something like this. Okay, let me use a different pen. Okay, so there was a question, good question from Ubul, but we need to check what is happening. Suppose you took 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now you are saying that print a of -1 in A. Okay, and print can be aptitude questions, guys, can be asking some MCQs question. So what is happening is, this is an array, right? This is an array. You're copying that in another array getting created, imagine, and you're copying the first value in the last index. So 0 will be copied here. So you're printing that 0 here now. You're printing that 0. Okay, and then you're copying the second element 1 in the last index. Okay, so that way 1 gets printed, and then sorry, 1 gets printed, and then you copy the second index here called 2, and that 2 gets printed now, and the last element you already changed because there is no 3 available here now. Ubul, you got it? Because you already changed the last index. Oh, that's true, Satyam. So here I'll take A because as Ubul took A, so that's okay. Ubul, what you're doing is you're copying that value as -1 in the last location every time. So 3 will get replaced. Do you agree? Because you're, instead of copying in I, you're copying at the last index every time. So that's why 3 will not be printed. Instead of that, 2 will be printed. Let's check with the execution. So you said that A is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, and you're saying that for every A of -1 value, okay, in A, and then you say print A of -1. When I print, it's printing 0, 1, 2, 2. That's perfect. Ubul, I hope you got it now. Yeah, Ubul, what is happening here is, see, every time this is list, right? And list is mutable. List is mutable. Okay, so what is happening here is, this is 0, 1, 2, and 3. First of all, you are storing in a list called, in this place you are storing 0. Got my point, Ubul? Let me explain like this instead of making it. Okay, so this will become 0 now. So 3 is gone first of all, Ubul. Because list is mutable, it will change the same object. Okay, so 3 is gone first of all. So it prints 0. Then it replaced by 1. It will print 1. Then it replaced by 2. It will print 2. Then there is 2 in the last element. So it will replace by 2 only. So 2 will be printed now. Traceable, you will get it because 3 is replacing by every element. First time 0, second time 1, third time 2. So last time also 2 because there is no 3 available. So that's why the answer is 0, 1, 2, 2. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Bull. Thank you for the question. So let's take a leave now. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And